Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We are the Mighty Guru Yogurt. It's irrefutable. Yes. Here we are on the A593. I'm going home, having just finished an arduous 2 days of work. Yes. It is turning into a fabulous afternoon in Cumbria. It is. The sun's come out, the sky is blue, there's only a few clouds to spoil the view, and they're not really spoiling the view. I do like clouds. And I am feeling fine. Oh yes I am. I have a question. I have lots actually, but we'll stick with this one. Do you, while you're riding your motorcycle, have music on in your helmet? I know that some people do, and some people do not. I am very firmly on the do not team. I have, particularly since we got these fabulous Sena Outrush helmets. I can quite easily just have my phone on here, switch on Spotify and have whatever music I want in my helmet. And whilst I like the idea of just having a soundtrack for my ride, in theory, in practice I just can't make it work. There are, it seems, two reasons for this. It seems. First of all, I feel that it detracts from my focus. Now, we all motorcycle for different reasons, of course. For me, I think one of the main reasons that I ride motorcycles and love it so much is that it gives me time to think, time to exist purely in the absorption that comes from the whole mental process of riding motorcycles. Everything has to be really, really focused. And on the occasions that I tried to listen to music while I was riding, I found that my focus wasn't there, or it wasn't there at least to the extent that it would be if I had nothing but my own thoughts happening in my helmet. On the one hand, it's easy for me to just vocalize my thought processes as I'm riding along. And so, for example, I can be riding along this part of the road here and talk about what I'm looking for, what I'm scanning, where my eyes are moving, assessments of potential hazards, so on and so forth. And it seems an easy matter to just say those things as opposed to just thinking them. But when it comes to listening to music in my helmet, I find that there will be 2 or 3 minute stretches where I can't remember what I was thinking. Does that mean I wasn't thinking? Does it mean that I wasn't running the thought processes that I need to be running in order to stay safe? I don't know the answer to that. But I think that at the very least, the experience of the music, enjoying the music, detracts at least somewhat from the thought processes that I need to be having in order to stay safe. I don't know. I'm not pretending to have the answers here. Am I suggesting that it's unsafe to be having music in your helmet? Well, no, I'm not suggesting that. I am asking the question, are you safer without it? Well, I don't know, but it seems to me to be abundantly clear that it's not something that's ever going to work for me. I just don't feel comfortable with it. Now, I am not some kind of blue meanie who hates music. Anybody who knows me and anybody who has watched all of my films, and there are such people, I know at least 3 of them, you will know that music is an enormous and integral part of my life. You know, I am a musician myself. I play guitar, and I have a very highly developed appreciation of music. Could not live without it. Well, maybe I would not want to live without it. And I take my music very seriously. Almost always when I'm at home, whatever I'm doing, there will be some music on somewhere. It's not that I don't like music. That isn't why I don't have music in my helmet. I don't have music in my helmet because it impinges on my enjoyment of the ride. Well there, I've explored that question. I've asked it in several different ways. What do you think? At a basic level, I would love to be enjoying this road, which is, as you know, one of my favourite roads. And I like to ride it slowly, and I like to ride it quickly. And there is something very appealing about having, I don't know, Bob Dylan talking to me in my helmet while I'm riding, or Lou Reed talking to me in my helmet while I'm riding. But at a very basic practical level, it just doesn't work for me. We're all, every last one of us, so similar in so many ways, almost to the point where I am you and you are me, and we are all very, very similar. But at the same time, every last one of us is wired up a little bit differently. It couldn't be any other way. And if you have even a cursory glance at neuroscience, one of the fields of study that I find incredibly fascinating, by the way, you will soon realize that there are many, many ways in which we are not all the same. One of the current fashionable buzzwords, of course, is neurodivergence. This shouldn't be news to anybody. We're all wired up differently. So, tell me what you think. You're going to have music in your helmet? Because I'm not. Just can't be doing it. On the other hand, I've had an idea. I'm going to give it a try when I go out riding tomorrow. Would it be different if I were not listening to music in my helmet while I was riding, but rather be listening to, say, some poetry or a podcast with human voices in it, or for example, and this is actually what I'm going to do when I do this experiment tomorrow, a Shakespeare play. And what I'm going to do in tomorrow's film is to set off riding whilst listening to Olivier's Hamlet. I'll let you know how that goes. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this little film. I've certainly enjoyed making it, as I always do, which is why I keep going. And thank you to all my new subscribers. Really do appreciate it. There is, as I always say, a lot more to come. And so, all that remains is to say, see you in the next one.